and he was like way cooler before, but now he's like, oh, I don't want to say the wrong thing, and I hate this person because they don't like women and stuff like that. It's like that's not even true. He was like saying
Yeah,
Andrew Tate's homophobic, doesn't like women, and
he
like
called him
random stuff.
racist too.
Yeah, racist. It's like, what do you mean racist? In what ways?
If people have a robotic arm and it's better than a human arm, it doesn't
Yeah.
hurt. It doesn't. Nothing happens to it. People might want to switch to it. Like if your job requires your hands a lot, like you do tile, right? And your hand starts to hurt, or like something's wrong with your hand, your knee starts to hurt. Like you need to replace your leg. You might as well just get a new leg.
Have you ever heard of how like neurochips could be the mark of the beast?
Of course, of course.
You've heard of that? Yeah. One thing I do
This
know
makes
is
sense.
the future is the metaverse. Hopefully. Because I
Like
need
the
to get my
metaverse?
money back on Facebook, bro. So much in the hole in that stock.
Into meta? You put it into meta.
I put a lot into meta. It's stupid.
Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Voro-Pod. We are here today going to be talking about the future. Lots
Future
to
of
say about
AI.
that. AI, yeah, future of
Which
that is the
is
future.
technically,
AI
yeah,
is the
that is going to be
future.
the future.
So yeah.
But,
Uh,
yeah.
but
Let's
before we get
get,
into that, let's get into the Bible verse of the day.
yeah.
All
Here,
right,
I'll pull it
most
up right
important
now.
thing.
Most important. What I'm going
Yeah.
to be reading from right now is James chapter 1, verse 13 and 14. And I'll also get a verse from 17. So let me get it right here. When tempted, no one should say, God is tempting me. For God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he tempt anyone. But each person is tempted when they are dragged away by their own evil desire and enticed. And then verse 17. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. So it said pretty much nothing evil comes from God, and everything good comes from God. That like section. But remember when we discussed the one verse like a long time ago? It was like I think probably 10 episodes ago, but it said pretty much like God creates evil and God creates good. So when I heard this verse at church, I actually heard it from
Hmm.
church. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna write this down. I was like,
Yeah.
that's what like sparked in my mind that like we literally talked about how evil comes from God, but right here it's saying like God is not. I guess it doesn't say that God is doesn't give evil, but he doesn't. He cannot be tempted by evil. That's what it said. But then,
But it also says not to say that God is tempting you. So that means that
yeah.
God isn't tempting you. That means that He's not causing evil, right?
Maybe he's not like specifically like tempting you, but that he like allows for evil to pass or
Well,
something.
when we were talking about it, we assumed that allowing is basically like
Providing the
doing.
evil or
Yeah,
giving, yeah, doing it.
that
Yeah.
was our basis, like
It's
off of
it's so
the reasoning.
tricky. Like a lot of
Yeah,
Bible verses contradict each other, and that's why it's like it's confusing at times like reading it because like one thing means this
yeah,
and one thing means that. It just
yeah.
is definitely
And
hard,
you
but
got to remember that it was how many people wrote the Bible? It was like
there's
um, it was
there's
a lot of
tons.
people that wrote
Yeah.
the Bible, and like when they interpret it, I guess like sometimes it gets like
A little
um
messed up,
in the
distorted in a bit.
translation, I think in the translation when you translate it, like it gets distorted. I'm not saying because the Holy Bible it's supposed to be like clean and pure,
Mhm.
but over time, people mess with it. Like there's many different versions that went like got made, and so like it kind of distorts the language and the words and how it's said, I guess, and it just leaves you confused at sometimes. But
Yeah.
but it also says in the Bible that the Bible is pure and like it is clean. So right, it says that everything in the Bible is holy because
Mhm.
that is God's word.
Right.
So
But from this verse, like, what do you? How does it? How do you like understand it in a way?
um, I I okay, well, as soon as I heard the verse, right,
Right.
I was like, okay, when people say that it's God tempting them, they're just trying to find an excuse, right? To either make
Mm-hmm.
themselves feel better or,
So just
I
put
don't
the
know.
blame off of them.
Yeah, just put the blame off of them. Maybe like put a little bit of the blame on God, and I guess that's what I thought as soon as I heard it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any experiences like that in life?
Um, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have experiences like that, where you're just like it's anything, but it's like God, why are you doing this, right? You always like
Mm-hmm.
say God, why are you doing this? But right there it says not to say that it's God doing it because He doesn't cause evil, He doesn't tempt evil, or doesn't get
Right.
tempted by evil. So
Mm-hmm.
so it's not God's doing. It's just God isn't like putting Himself in between, or isn't. I guess He's letting it happen. Uh, I guess He's letting it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, that at
it's
this
like
point you're just
confusing
repeating
because
yourself,
yeah,
Alec.
no, because when I say that, like it brings me back to like the old one that we were talking about earlier, you know.
Yeah.
And so it kind of like makes me think like, am I contradicting myself when I speak? So like it just puts me in a weird position, you
Right.
know.
Well, I think with that verse we pretty much covered everything. It's that God, like, he doesn't necessarily tempt people. Like there's bad things that happen, but he's not like specifically going there like to tempt people and try to make them sin. He sends tests, but not necessarily like specifically tempting them. And I think that's kind of what this whole verse like means, like the main idea of it.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that's everything with this verse. No sure. Cousins came over to your house. Anything exciting
Yeah,
happening today?
I just picked them up. We just hit leg day
Just hit leg day?
right
Straight from the
away,
airport and leg
straight
day?
for the airport to leg day.
That's the worst thing to do right away.
Eric can only do legs
Oh, that's
because his
true. Yeah, he
arm.
did
Yeah,
hurt his
so
shoulder. I forgot about that.
so I'm overdue for a leg day, so
Yeah.
so it's
What do
okay.
you mean overdue?
Like I like
You
my
haven't been
schedule
hitting
wise.
legs?
No, it's like my schedule wise. Like I need to do legs now. You know,
Oh, okay.
like by
You
schedule. So
better
I'm
not be
overdue,
skipping legs,
and
dude.
I haven't. We went to the gym for 2 days because I was completely packed with stuff. So
Oh my. Alec. 2 weeks?
I said 2 days.
Oh, I heard 2 weeks. Sorry.
2 days. I was
2 days
completely
is still not too bad.
yeah. No, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No, I like if I get packed, I'll go. Like I won't go for like 1 day or 2 days. Well, which I count like as a break day. When I don't go, it's like a break day, and then I go for like a week straight, and then I
Yeah.
take a break day. Maybe sometimes two if I get really overpacked with stuff. But
Yeah. I
I don't.
usually
I try to stay consistent.
I haven't missed 2 days I think in a row in a while. I like right away I start feeling bad, so I have to hit it. It's just kind of something that happens
Yeah,
now.
I feel bad. That's why like the next day I have to go. I was like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
right
to
away
go.
start feeling nasty or something.
Yeah, it's like weak. I look at
Cause
myself in the mirror. I'm like, what am I doing? Like I'm so small. What am I doing?
yeah, I feel like hitting the gym kind of like makes me feel complete and like accomplished or proud of myself. Because if I don't go, I feel like crap at the end of the day, and I'm like, dude, like, what am I doing? Why did I not go to the gym? Like, if it's like a day that I could have went, if it's a break day and I went for like 7 days in a row, I don't feel like that. But
Hmm.
if it's a day that I could have went, I skipped out on. That's exactly like the feeling you get. So I try not doing that. But
Yeah.
yeah. So
So it was
anything
a good
else, you
leg
guys?
day. It was a good
Yeah.
leg day, but no, not yet. We just went from the gym. I mean,
Right from the
from the
airport to the gym.
airport to the gym, and now we're home. We hit the steam room, which was just felt great. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but it just felt so great today. It was amazing.
I haven't hit the sauna in a while, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been
it
like,
felt so refreshing. I love it.
yeah. Is that it
So
for
now I'm
today?
home. For now, yeah.
Yeah.
I spent half the day driving to pick them up, so
Shit, yeah, it's like a 3 hour drive, right?
each way, yeah.
You know what would have been nice? The self driving cars we're gonna be talking about later in this episode.
Uh,
But yeah.
yeah. I
I
mean, it's not
actually
that bad.
it's not bad, yeah. I actually did some fun stuff today. I filmed 2 videos for my fitness YouTube channel, and
Mm-hmm.
then did like a little bit of editing, and then I went shopping with my sister. Got this sick shirt.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, Max Trucks, and then also the jacket I was wearing before. But
Oh. Yeah, that looks nice.
yeah,
Is it like leather feeling, or what does it feel like? Like the
it's
the,
like
the brown.
cargo pants. You know what those
Oh
feel like?
yeah. Yeah.
It's in like something like a material like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a jean
That's
jacket,
nice.
I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also just went on a walk with my sister, and then I got a
Which one?
Victoria. I got a super sick picture. Did you see the one I sent?
I saw it. That looks so
Yeah,
sick.
I'll post it on here, just like a little snapshot. But yeah, it
Little
was
flex.
absolutely insane, like the view and stuff. And like I
Yeah.
did on night mode, so I don't know. I didn't expect something like that to come from a phone, but it looked really cool.
Is that the place that you go mopeding?
Yeah, yeah. So it was like
Yeah,
the same
that's sick.
place.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, I was actually filming a YouTube video on the walk, so
Oh,
that's why I took
did
that. That was like a thumbnail picture for the video.
it's snowing? Wait, it's snowing there?
Yeah, it was snowing all day.
Oh, so
So
only
cold.
today? Or
Yeah.
was it been like snowing
No,
like
it's been
last
for
last
like
week?
the past like 2 weeks, like on and off. It melts, snows, melts, snows.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of snow, I actually went snowboarding I think twice already this season. It's opened up the
Wow.
earliest ever, like in a while, like I think 40 years, like my ski resort, but it's such nice conditions up there. Usually they have bad conditions because it's like lower um, elevation, but I don't know. I was shredding the Nars with my boys, hitting a couple
Bro,
jumps.
you said it's open early.
Yeah.
Does it sound like a cold year? Does it sound like it's getting warmer by the year or getting colder by the year?
Um, it's not necessarily colder, just snowing more. What are you trying to say?
No, I'm just saying like because I've noticed it gets colder every winter, like a little bit, right?
It's been getting warmer for us every single winter. It's like the first time that's like not
Really?
necessarily, yeah, because every single time it like snowed or rained or whatever, it wouldn't snow, it would rain here, and that was like very unusual for this area. It used to always snow, but like the last 4 years has been raining a lot more. But like this year, it's snowing, so I think it just switches from season to season. It's nothing like
It's
I
weather.
don't
It's
think it's following a
unpredictable.
like specific trend line or anything. But that was
Minor.
super fun. I just started like really learning how to hit jumps, and it was a little icy, so I got some speed, went up, and then like I don't know, I do a weird nose dive every single time I get like a crazy amount of air, and I start leaning forward, so I nose dive into the ground and then like whiplash my head and like messed up my neck and stuff.
Ah,
So
that sucks.
yeah, that was the one bad thing about snowboarding, but other than that, it was really fun. You going this season, or you don't know
Hopefully,
yet?
I have opportunity to go to Colorado for
Mm-hmm.
snowboarding. We'll see. I mean, if
When is that?
they're saying January, but they're not sure.
January. And then you're going to California right now, right? December
Yeah,
19th.
couple of days,
How are you gonna
a
have
couple of
time for
days.
school?
Dude, I don't even know.
Have you been
It's
doing it
just
lately
completely
or
packed.
not really?
I have been doing it, but it's just uh so much stuff. It's crazy. It's like packed. Like
Like, you're
since
not
I'm
giving up,
not,
are you?
no, I'm not giving up. But it's
Yeah.
like since I'm in like at home type of stuff,
Yeah.
like stuff like I think that I have more time, but in reality I don't have more time. So like I stuff myself with stuff to do, and then like I'm stuck with like
What
a bunch of
stuff?
stuff that I have to. I have to file stuff for LLC. I have to do. Just I don't know how to explain it,
I
bro.
see.
I don't want to name it off. I don't want to
Okay,
name it off.
okay, okay.
It's just paper stuff. Currently, I'm just
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to get a stupid license, and then other stuff, and it's just packing a little bit. Just at the
Did you,
moment. Just at the
did
moment.
you finish your fifth class at least?
No.
I,
Yeah.
you need
It's
to
just a
get on that.
certificate.
That's the most important thing.
I know. At the moment, it's the most important thing.
Keep trying. Keep trying.
Keep trying. I mean,
I,
keep working.
keep working. Well, yeah.
Keep
I believe
working.
in you. I believe in you. I know
There's no
you'll get it
try.
done
There's do or
eventually.
don't.
Yeah. You have any plans for Eric and Bobdik, or what are you guys gonna do?
They haven't shot before.
Shot? Are you
They've
sure?
they've only shot a 22 rifle.
Okay,
22.
okay.
So we're gonna go, shoot something bigger.
They're fine with that? Like they're not against
Well, I
shooting or
told them.
anything?
They said they're down.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be fun.
So yeah,
Hopefully, when my brother comes over, we're gonna get some shooting in. Haven't done
yeah,
that in a while, but
yeah. I bet.
we'll see what happens.
In the cold and the snow, must be so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just sounds cool.
Do you know what you're gonna do in California?
No, I have nothing planned completely. And then, my Sophia is gonna be gone. My cousin is gonna be
Hmm.
gone. So, no Sophia. Pavlik's
No
leaving.
car.
No Pavlik. Yeah, no Uber, no free Uber. But yeah, so no Sophia, no Pavlik, no. Wait,
You're gonna have
nobody else
Eric,
is
right,
leaving.
to hang
So
out
it's
with?
Eric and Maxime.
Oh, Maxime. That's right.
Yeah, Eric. And
I
then
feel like you'll
all
still
of
have
the.
fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll definitely have fun. Like I'm not worried about that. It's like kind of a bad time, I guess, but it is what it is.
Well, yeah, it was unexpected.
Yeah, it was very unexpected. I'm so surprised that I'm going. Like I don't really like to take flights, and I actually agreed to go on this flight. Like yeah, I didn't think I would go.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Bailed on me just to go to California.
Uh,
I don't even want to talk about it. I'm disappointed. But yeah, actually, I want to talk about it because I'm going next Monday to the snowmobiling thing. I'm so excited.
Monday. That's the day that I'm going to California.
Yeah, same exact.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Have you ever been to an escape room?
No, I haven't.
Never. I went with on my sister's birthday to an escape room. It was my second one I've ever been to, but it was honestly really fun. Like we should, if we end up ever like hanging out in Idaho or whatever, Missouri, we should go to one because it's,
Yeah.
I don't know, I think it's a really fun like group activity and really tests your knowledge. But we got out of there in like 45 minutes out of an hour.
What's the average though?
The average, I'm not sure, probably fail. Who knows? It's definitely pretty complicated. We cheated at first. We went in there and it's like super dark, and we turn on our phones and our flashlights looking around, and they're like through the speaker, they're like, turn off your phones, you're not allowed to be using them. We're like, how are we supposed to see? And they're like, well, you have to figure that out to turn on the light switch. I'm like, oh shoot. And we got a bunch
Where
of
was the light
hints.
switch?
It was like, so the way it was set up, there was a room, like, which was the elevator, and there's a gate, and technically the like elevators are broken, and you have to fish for sticks, put them all together, they're magnetic, and then reach through the gate and turn on the light switch. But we went in with phones and found a bunch of hints beforehand, so that honestly screwed us up more because it was out of order. We got the hints because we were supposed to figure out the light switch first. But yeah, it was just something new that we're not like new, but something new that I experienced, I guess.
Yeah, that
pretty
sounds fun. How many people is it like for? What kind
I
of
think
big group?
I think you're allowed to have as maybe not as much as you want, but I don't know if there's a limit. We only had 5 people, so it's a decent sized group. But yeah,
Uh, that sounds fun. I'd actually be really down. Sounds a little
gotta be smart.
complicated. Yeah. Critical thinking skills.
You
Gotta
think
be
you
up
have
there,
it
huh?
in you?
I think I got it in me.
Wow.
We'll see. We'll test it
Okay.
out, huh? We'll test it out.
We'll test it out eventually.
Eventually.
So is that all for the intro?
I think that's good, yeah.
It's good. Okay, let's get into the main topic, AI. So what do you want to start off with? There's a
Start
broad
off with-
topic.
Let's start off with the new thing, right? AI's first thing that comes up to mind for me is chat-gpt. It's brand new. Came out
ChatGPT,
like
yeah.
a week ago, maybe a week and a half. And it's been exploding over the internet like crazy. I've been seeing so many videos about it. It's like
Yeah, same.
it's insane.
I even saw on like a couple other people's podcasts recently. Like they were talking about like the future of AI. It was actually Logan Paul's, and they
Was
were
it?
talking about
I don't like Logan Paul.
Yeah, honestly, he's kind of a weirdo
You
now.
saw what he was saying. Like it just sounds dumb.
He doesn't like. It just seems like his emotions are taking over him, and he just doesn't think what he's saying, and just like I don't know. I think he's definitely become like too woke recently and trying to
He's
just like
controlled. I think he's
yeah,
controlled.
because obviously he's under a lot of companies and he needs to like not mess up that connection. And I understand that he doesn't want to say controversial stuff or be partnered with those people, but like it's annoying knowing him before and how like what the type of person he was and stuff. And he was like way cooler before, but now he's like, oh, I don't want to say the wrong thing, and I hate this person because they don't like women and stuff like that. It's like that's not even true. He was like saying
Yeah.
Andrew Tate's homophobic, doesn't like women, and
He
like
called him
random stuff.
racist too.
Yeah, racist. It's like, what do you mean racist? In what ways? He has never said anything about race.
I've never heard anything. I'm pretty sure his dad is black too. Like why would he flame his own dad?
Well, like even saying like, because it's not necessarily being racist only to black people. It's like
I
racist
know,
to white
but
people. But he's never done that to any race. I feel like.
normally when somebody says they're racist, it's because it's toward
Right.
black people. So
Yeah.
why would he say anything like bad about like either
His
if
own
he's-
people. That's like.
Yeah, and he's both. He's white and black. So like,
Yeah.
why would
He's
he be
definitely gone
racist?
way more annoying over like this year. Too woke.
yeah. I saw a couple of videos on like TikTok. People are like, "What is he doing? Like, what's going on?" And you can hear like person like telling him what to do in the back, like shaking his head, telling him. Yeah, he was talking. He's like, "What do you mean? Why are you shaking your head for?" And then he goes, "We're not
On
going
the
to
podcast?
Qatar." Yeah, he's talking about Qatar because Qatar is like against it's against LGBT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
So he's like, "We're going to Qatar," and then the guy shakes his head, and he's like, "Why are you shaking your head?" He's like, "We're not going to Qatar." He changes his
Bruh.
mind right away. Yeah,
You're like
it was-
right away. That's what they did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is
I
what
was
it
like,
is.
bro, what are you doing?
If that's how
Just
he
change
wants
it
to
up.
live his life, then I mean, I guess it's working out for him. He's successful, but
It's working out, but I mean, he's under control. Can't say
Yeah.
what he wants to say. Can't do what he wants to do.
you know who doesn't control AI? People. It controls itself. Let's get back on
Not
topic.
true. Not true.
Not true?
It's not true. People put limitations on AI.
Okay.
They control how it works.
Get back on chat-GPT. I think that's such a cool contraption.
chat-gpt, it is a really cool contraption. So anything you could think of, like you search up, right? Like
We were
anything
playing
you do
around
on
with
Google.
it.
Yeah, we were. So
Like we're
anything you
randomly
wanna,
saying like a statement for like a company, just write like, hey, write me a synopsis of a construction company, and like it says like writes the whole entire paragraph for you. It's like it's crazy and super
Yeah.
complex. And if you send them a second time around, it gives you a whole different thing. It's not like the same thing
Yeah.
over and over again. So
Yeah.
it just
it's
shows,
done on
like,
the
the-
spot over the most relevant information and the most
Mhm.
like the best information you could possibly find. So when you search up, create a lease for a 4-bedroom house in Missouri, like in Missouri, let's say, in the middle of nowhere, right?
state your
And-
address too.
State my address. All right. So and then the AI searches the internet for the rules and laws in that state, in that county, in the city, and then it like finds a template for a lease, and then it creates the lease based on those laws, and it puts it out like, it writes it right in front of you because it has all the information, and it goes through the information super fast. You tell it to summarize a web page that you just a massive web page. You just tell it
Yeah.
to summarize it in 15 points.
We literally
did
did that when you told me about it. We were like messing around with the website. I'm like, hey, will it maybe help us out with the podcast? And like we already did the research for our previous podcast on like the ancient species of humans and stuff, but we looked up like Neanderthals or whatever, and it gave us a whole entire summary about Neanderthals. I'm like, bruh,
Yeah.
we did all this like random research, and we could have just like right away had it at our fingertips. So in a way, you could use that as a tool for creativity. Because even
Yeah.
I feel like movie like producers or people that write books or something like that, they can just like write out their ideas, what they're thinking, and then it gives them more ideas, and they're able to like use that and put like mix in their own stuff. So it just like enhances creativity when you're like stuck, like sure, like what is it called, like writer's block or something like that. So that can help you with that, but
Yeah,
it's
I actually
definitely super
found
cool.
yeah, I found a way to do YouTube videos because remember
Hmm.
you asked about YouTube videos. This is gonna
If you can
summarize
like
a
do
YouTube
like
video.
video clips.
Yeah, but it doesn't really do a video clip. You can go on YouTube and find like the words that were said in the video, so
Hmm.
the transcript. You copy and paste it into it, and then at the top you create like uh, take the transcript and summarize it in 15 bullet points, and it will do it for you. So
Huh.
it's not like it's not gonna watch the video, but it'll go through the information that was said, I guess, through a transcript. But it's probably not gonna be every single video. It's just the one that transcripts set up
Yeah.
for, I guess. But it's still doable, so that's pretty cool.
So there, it's not complex or like smart enough to summarize videos or like movies yet and stuff like that. Like it needs to have background information, only words.
I just don't think like that. It's programmed to do it. Like,
Just that specific website,
let me
maybe.
actually search it up because it doesn't really have access to the full internet. It has
Yeah.
access, I think, 3 years ago. I'm not 100% sure on how it works. Um, let's take the no, wait up. Let's take this
But it
video
does have its limitations for sure
for sure.
because I had a physics problem that I was like, kind of stumped on and I couldn't figure it out. And I sent it to Alec to like put it into chat-gpt, but every single time we like put it in and enter it, it would give us a different number and it was never the right one. So
Yeah, well, if you leave the same like problem, it does the same answer, but once you switch like spaces in between the numbers, I think it was just how the AI like
Reddit.
accepts the numbers and then it like goes off of that. But like I think like the milligrams and stuff like that, I think that kind of confused it because it's
Yeah,
not like
because
per,
either
per
way, it's
se.
not meant to be like a math solver. It's to write essays and like to give summaries. That's what it's made for. I'm pretty sure there, right?
Yeah.
That
It's
specific
it's
website.
made for like a chat and information type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I search up trying to like do a video, it says, "I'm sorry, but I am unable to browse or watch videos. I am a large language model trained by OpenAI,
Yeah,
and I
that's
can only
probably
provide information based on text that I have been trained on. Is there something else I can help you with?" So yeah,
there might be like different websites that do videos, but that specific one probably just does text.
but this is
But
the most advanced one that's open to the public at the moment. There's nothing close to this at the moment out for
yeah,
public use. I'm pretty sure there might be like something like private. That's but public use. I'm pretty sure this is the best thing.
there's also new picture generators that are like
But
super popular
yeah,
and like I don't know, but like, have you seen there's like this new trend where
yeah,
people take pictures of themselves and it's like this is what they talked about on
mm,
Impulsive,
yeah,
and it's like super cartoonish, like not necessarily cartoon, but like super cool pictures. That's what it turns into that. But
yeah. I've seen that.
um, there's also like websites that um, if you type in like two words, say like a dog in red, it like puts it together and somehow creates like its own generated picture. So like um here I actually have a video like the evolution of humans AI. Remember when we talked
Uh,
about that?
yeah. The
I
picture,
want
yeah,
to show that one. Let's see if I can
yeah.
pull it up here. Boom. Look at that. Monkey. Shoot, I need to. Yeah. Look at that. turned into a human into a robot. For some reason, it had 3 legs there for a second.
Yeah.
And then eventually the robots turned into like, I don't even know what this is, computer chips. That's what a lot of people in comments said, but like I don't even know what that is. Oh shoot.
I think it just lost like the point of, after a certain point, like it got
Yeah.
so dull that it started just putting like lines, and the only information that the AI had from that picture at that point was lines, because it got that far into the picture. So it's just like
Why
maybe to a
why
certain point. What's up?
I was gonna say, like, why do you think the AI turned humans into like cyborgs or into robots? Like, do you think that's just because sci-fi movies present that, like saying that's what's gonna happen to humanity, or do you think AI like truly believes like that's what's gonna happen? Because
Well, the
technically, it's still like controlled by humans in a way, right?
Yeah. So the AI can only give you information based off what it knows.
Mm-hmm.
And what it knows, who knows what they told the AI? Like, we don't know what kind of AI it was. Was it a chatbot AI? Was it a information AI that knows everything about the world? Like, we don't know what the AI knew, and so it's just basic knowledge, right? When you think about like a phone, like when you think about the future, right? Or when you watch sci-fi movies, it just like, oh, robotic arm, that just makes sense. That just like looks like the next path to what's gonna
Mm-hmm.
happen. So that's just like that just seems logical. So that's not nothing crazy that the AI shows, because it just seems it's possible. It's a possibility. In my head, it's a possibility for sure.
Really?
Well, it's a possibility that people like that lose their arms will have a, an AI arm, or like a
Robotic arms,
robotic
yeah, that's
arm. Yeah.
different though.
But like completely change. Well, if people have a robotic arm and it's better than a human arm, it doesn't
Yeah.
hurt. It doesn't. Nothing happens to it. People might want to switch to it. Like if your job requires your hands a lot, like you do tile, right? And your hand starts to hurt, or like something's wrong with your hand, your knee starts to hurt. Like you need to replace your leg, you might as well just get a new leg that's not gonna pain and it's gonna be perfect. Like that's just like in the future they're gonna be thinking like and it
Yeah.
shows me information. I don't need to do anything. Like it's just perfect.
The thing is, because we're actually going to talk about like robotic arms and stuff, like medical advancements in AI. But with these robotic arms and stuff, do you think that they're going to be able to get hacked and somehow like people can do stuff like get controlled with like their arms, like and they're going to do stuff that they don't truly want to do, you know? You think that's possible to happen?
No.
You don't think people can get their arms hacked?
Okay. Um, it's possible depending on the arm. Like it's like if it's only connected to your brain, then it's probably impossible. Like if it's hardwired to your brain and it has no network connection at all, unless somebody comes to it and disables the connection, or like directly installs a USB to the arm. I don't know.
Yeah.
To do like the software to fix the software.
It's technically not on the cloud, it's just connected
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, so that's probably like very hard unless you plug it in like you do. But if it's like something that
Well,
has like a phone in
someone's
it,
walking by and they like somehow shove something in your arm and you don't even notice, and then you're screwed at that point. You're gonna go on a
Possible.
killing spree.
impossible.
I have actually a video to show you right now. Like this is
Yeah.
what can happen.
I've seen
I've
that.
seen
Do you think that it was just what's it called? Just wrong. Do you think that was meant to happen?
That was a joke. That was definitely comedy purpose only.
Yeah,
There's no
that's
way that
why-
was like in a news program or anything.
Yeah,
If you just
for
forgot.
sure.
That was hilarious. That's like right away when I think about robotic arms is that video clip.
Really? I've never like when I think about robotic arms, it brings me to the show The Expanse, and I was watching the show
X-Men,
and
you
like
said?
The Expanse.
Oh, X-Men.
It's like the sci-fi show, like the realistic one, and that was the reasoning that I gave for why people would want robotic arms, is because they were talking about it on there. They were saying like, oh, I hope like his arm fell off, and he goes like, and they were able to grow it back, but he didn't want it grown back. He wanted a robotic arm instead because it could do so much more stuff. Like
It's stronger. It's pretty much like we talked about, like advancing, having a denser bones or something. That's exactly what it is. Like you can't break your bone, or like you can't break your arm, but if you do, like it's easily replaceable as well.
Exactly.
So in a way, it is way better. Obviously, you can't replace like your organs with metal stuff, but your limbs are easily like replaceable and can still be used. So, like saying that, do you think you would actually like? Would you want robotic limbs?
No.
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 You still want to feel?
Still want to be able to feel. I still want. That's actually crazy. I completely forgot that was like something. It's like,
I mean,
you're
I'm
not even
sure
able
they
to
can
feel.
somehow like have, if it gets complex enough, like lace neurons through the arm, and like you can somehow still have the sense of feeling, but what we currently have, you will not feel like the current technology.
Oh, of course, right now, but tech advances pretty quickly, so
Yeah.
you never know. But yeah, I definitely would want to be able to feel like it's one of your senses. Why would you remove one of your senses just because you want thicker bones?
Well, you could also like do flamethrowers out of your arm, like a full on
What
Iron
is
Man
it?
suit.
RoboCop?
RoboCop, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't want that. I
Yeah,
feel like
for sure.
it's only if I somehow get in a freak accident and lose my limb, then obviously you have no choice. But I feel like having your own flesh is the best option.
Yeah, and regrowth. That's probably not going to happen anytime soon. But
Regrowth.
in the
I think
show,
that's
like regrowth, there's like a possibility that your arm grows back, but it's like a possibility. There's a chance that it won't. But like if medical, like stuff advances to a point, AI will definitely help medical advancements.
yeah.
So it'll be able to like crack the genome, crack everything that needs to be done for like regrowth or any sort of sickness to be fixed or anything like that. AI is definitely like the thing that will help with that.
I honestly think with regrowth, what medical professionals or people that research that, what can help them is like copying the genes or DNA of like animals, because there's animals that are able to regrow like limbs and stuff. I'm pretty sure the octopus, whenever it loses a tentacle, it can regrow it or something. So a lot of
Yeah, we know
medical
lizards. Lizards regrow tails all the time.
lizards too. So
Yeah.
that's, I'm sure, like a lot of things, a lot of advancements come from like the way animals work and stuff like that. That's how.
Yeah, but it's the part of inserting into a human and without messing up your like DNA. So
Right.
it would have to be the AI that figures it out. Like it's like humans is gonna take forever, but with AI,
It's just a combination of,
yeah.
I guess, everything.
Yeah,
But
the AI is definitely gonna be the one to crack it. I don't think humans will have the possibility to do it, by themselves.
you never know.
You never know, obviously, but it's really far ahead, and it's just insane.
Speaking on the topic of, I guess, medical advancements, talk about neurochips as well. Elon Musk has been talking about like how he thinks that's beneficial for humans to have that like a chip in their brain, like for every single person to have that. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that's beneficial for?
I don't know if he's pushing for everybody to have it, but he's pushing. The whole point of this is to help people with dementia or like failing brains or back problems.
Yeah, it's just like paraplegics. I think that's what they call them.
Yeah, it's to tell your brain to regrow or heal itself.
Yeah.
So that could actually fix your regrowing thing, right?
Yeah.
Regrowing
so if you're not
arm
able to walk, you're I don't think that's
it's a possibility.
It's a possibility. Okay.
With stem cells, let's say that they create an arm, like they grow an arm, right?
If you get Hashirama's cells.
I don't know, but let's say they grow an arm, right? With your DNA, they grow an arm, and to connect it back, they tell your brain to connect to the nerves that are already in the arm from your shoulder. That's a possibility, right?
I don't know, dude. That's very complex.
No,
Sounds like
it's complex, but that's probably the best bet for regrowing. Like you have an arm that's already made by bioengineering. Like they get your DNA and they grow the part of the arm, the DNA. Like they keep it alive in like a lab, and then they tell the neurochip to connect, and they connect the vessels and everything. It
yeah.
would be a massive like thing.
I see
But
what you mean. Like that's definitely cool to think about. Like that's super sci-fi type of thing, but
of course.
I guess it doesn't hurt to dream, right?
Mm. Oh, wait, this is like logical thinking. Like back in the day, you'd never think like a couple decades ago, you wouldn't think that 100 years ago, you wouldn't think that you'd be regrowing arms, would you?
um,
Like
I'm
that
sure
just
they
wouldn't
would.
be in your really.
Well, if like someone lost an arm, they'd be like, "Dang, it'd be real nice to maybe regrow this arm," you know?
Well,
I'm sure
well,
that comes up.
nowadays, but we'll grow it back. But nobody think like, oh, someday it will happen. You think so? I don't
I
think
think
it's
it's
possible.
just the same as 100 years ago now. It's just as unlikely for that to happen.
No, but no. What can I even say that like 100 years ago nobody even thought was possible?
Flying. Actually,
Flying,
I don't
nobody.
remember when
Yeah.
airplanes came out. That might have been
But
space
flying, they didn't
travel.
think was possible. Space, like they didn't think a lot of stuff was possible, but like it ended up being possible, and like you never know. Like
It just happens quickly. That's what you're trying
it
to say,
happened,
probably.
yeah, and
Yeah.
especially on this topic, like this topic, we're talking about AI. The reason why
Like technology
all of
has.
all like the advancements will multiply is because of AI. Like
Yeah.
that's if it's done safely. If it's not done safely, we're all screwed. Bye bye. But hopefully it's done safely because Elon Musk has been saying for a long time that it's more dangerous than any nuclear weapon.
Yeah.
AI
Well,
is
because
way
if
more
you open
dangerous.
that can of worms, it's like it's not like you can close it. And just like he obviously wants it to be beneficial and only for like improvement of people with disabilities, but people are gonna take advantage of that and start using it as like something evil. Because it's like with everything good, evil comes with it. So
Yeah.
that's just the controversy with AI and
Yeah.
neurochips.
Have you wait, you've watched Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that like the way that was made, it was like against AIs because they don't like computers thinking for themselves because I'm pretty sure that in the history there was like an uprising or like the AI try to destroy the world.
In Star Wars.
Yeah, in Star Wars, that's what they assume, but that's why they think that there's no like AIs in the what's it called in the movies.
Hmm.
So like
Wait, what do you mean? There's AI in there?
no, there's no AIs. There's robots that like
Are those not
that's
AI?
those that's not an AI. I don't think
I thought
so.
that is. He literally can think for himself and everything, and he
Let
learns.
me think for a second. Well, learning.
I think you got yourself in a little.
Am I thinking about the wrong show? It was a
Star Wars
sci-fi
is
show.
literally.
It was it Dune? It might have been Dune.
Yeah,
It was
I don't
probably
know.
Dune. My bad. But there was a reason why they were like the transporting. They were really against computers. Nothing in there has computers. There were people calculating it. Then people on drugs to calculate it. So it was kind of yeah, the mismatch. There was like a massive like computer
It's
thing. So
one
they
way to do it.
got rid of all the
It's not good
computers.
computers. Just put people on meth so they can keep on working.
Well, it wasn't drugs. It was like a thing that's from that planet Dune. Like it was a dust that like makes people like think really like fast and makes people really smart. But
Drugs. It's Adderall. That's probably what they
it's a
gave him.
sort of drug. But it was in crazy like potent and
Yeah.
really did some work for sure. But okay, that was the show. I'm not sure about Star Wars. I think I heard something about it, but it might have been like bigger scale AIs that they like blocked, like bigger scales that like were on computers, but I don't know anything about that. So,
Yeah, but
but
with the neurochips,
yeah.
let's get back on that. I honestly think it'd be cool to have a chip in your brain because you could access that and know like anything at your like you have all the information at your fingertips, like pretty much having Google but in your brain, so you're able to think very
And
quickly.
probably better because there's
Yeah,
gonna be more focused searches on the
yeah.
internet, and you're probably gonna have an AI helping you search for stuff based on every single thought that's going through your head. So
Like that'll make society like so much more advanced because people will actually be
yeah,
like smart and they can, instead of learning the like basics of things, they can like think about
mm,
like super complicated stuff. But honestly, I don't know if that would make people more lazy or like smarter and like work harder. I don't know how that would work, because then people
yeah.
wouldn't like every single time they'd come in against something that's difficult, they would just like give up, or they'd be more likely to give up since they
But
usually are used to having everything at their fingertips.
but also it might be influenced like all the information, right? Because it's gonna be directly plugged into your brain. Everything that you're searching for, let's say it's skewed information that's online. Somebody that owns the internet says this is right and this is wrong. Everything that you're getting from the internet now is not completely true. So, and you think it's right because you searched it off of your head and it's in your head now, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
information in your head, and like it's not like, oh, I read something on the internet, like I don't know if it's true or not, but this is like something that goes directly in your head, and you're like, it's got to be true, right? Because it's information in your head. So
Yeah.
as long as it's not thinking for you, and that information isn't like, I don't even know how.
I don't even know how that would work. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Just having a chip in your head, like we'll just see. Eventually, I'm sure it'll happen, but
eventually.
it's gonna be just like a pretty much locate. Like it'll do everything for you. It'll track your location. You'll probably lose all sense of like freedom. I feel
Dopamine.
like it'll
Not
be tracked
only
at all.
entertainment will lose its
Yeah,
like class, I guess. Like everything that you could possibly think of is like right in front of you. Like the dopamine hit from, I guess you won't even have any dopamine, so that kind of leads you back to when you do stuff outside. Don't you think so?
yeah. Not
Because
sure.
once you get used to something, like dopamine doesn't hit anymore, right?
It gets dulled down.
Dull down. There you go. But when, I guess people will start going outside again.
We'll see. Who knows, dude?
I have no
Going
idea.
outside again, I doubt it. They're definitely
Think
gonna
so?
stay inside. But the benefits with the neurochip, I feel like, so since you're gonna be able to be tracked at all times, I feel like criminal offenses would be like way less likely. There's gonna be less kidnappings and stuff like that since everyone's being it could be tracked, and
Hmm.
then
I think the
uh
information's gonna dull people down as well. Like it's gonna be like plugged in your
less
head. Like
interesting.
not only like for the reason of crime. I'm saying like the reason why
Oh
people are doing less crime is because in their head all the information, the neurochip in your head. Not only are you being tracked, um, like there's like
your
it's gonna
thoughts will
be
be
either, I'm not gonna call this propaganda, but they're gonna be forcing you to see that fighting is bad, or that
yeah,
doing bad stuff is bad, and it's gonna be like forced in your head,
yeah,
but
yeah.
in a way, anything can be forced in your head, right? Like with
Like there's
enough
obviously
stuff shown
benefits
to you.
with that, and there's also like bad things that come with it.
Yeah,
But it'd be cool to have like all your health things monitored, make sure you're always like safe, and if something goes wrong, you're able to like quickly get help, and then like cool to have all the information at your fingertips, stay safe at all times. But I feel like having a feeling of like freedom is way better because you're gonna always be monitored, tracked, and just I feel like it's gonna suck with that. I feel like the cons outweigh the pros in this situation.
yeah. You know what I've seen? I've seen like some like memes, and it's like me when I have the neural chip inside of me, trying to skip through ads and it doesn't work. It's like It's like ads on ads on ads. It's like trying to like think in your head just ads. It's like it's like you're gonna have no freedom. But if it's done well, like I think if it's done well the right way, not just used as an advertisement, like
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. If it's done well, you have access to information easier, right? But it's open information. It's not like skewed by Neuralink or skewed by any other company that provides the information. If it's pure information that you access to your brain, so like it's the same. If it's access the same as seeing something from your screen, like reading it. If it's the same way, and if your brain doesn't just assume it's correct just because it's on the internet, it might be beneficial because it's easier to access instead of like picking up your phone and trying to explain to the internet what you want. You just think to the internet what you want, and it gives you what you need. I don't know. I think it could help
Yeah.
as long as it's not over like stepping.
Have you ever heard of how like neurochips could be the mark of the beast?
Of course, of course,
You've heard of that? Yeah.
of
Uh,
course.
a lot of like the Russian community, or like even like our Russian church community, talk about how that's what's gonna happen. Is like they're gonna slowly control our like society and start like training them to be able to conform and start like listening to the government, and eventually they'll like say this is the mark of the beast and like give like a chip and stuff like that, and people will have to, and if you don't do it you're going to be behind everyone else because you're going to be less smart, and it's like everything's going to be harder for you. But yeah, that's just something I've heard about. What do you think? You think that's true? You think that's how
Okay,
it's going to be?
so for an argument against it, it would be like there are other technologies that will help you out in a certain way. Let's say like glasses or like
Uh-huh.
smart glasses where you just tell it and it pulls up to your eyes and you read it as fast as you can read. But when you talk about connecting a computer to your brain, there is nothing as fast as that. So that just leaves the argument of like that pulls out the argument of there's other technologies that will help you. There's no other technology that will help you at that sort of speed.
Yeah.
So and there's probably money is gonna be a different way.
You're
So
avoiding my question though.
I'm not. I'm telling you
You're
that
leading it
I
up.
think
Okay.
it's true.
Do you think it's true?
Like that there's is a possibility that this is possible. Like
Okay.
I'm not saying that it is, because I have no idea.
It
But
definitely
it
it
sounds
makes
like
sense for it to be though.
it. Yeah, it sounds like it based off everything that like we read in the Bible. It's like that would make perfect sense.
And it's definitely gonna be hard to say no to that since you're gonna be behind everything else. So that's like the perfect opportunity to have that be the mark. But who knows? We don't even know if that's actually what the mark of the beast means. It might be like a whole different thing, and we don't
Yeah,
understand it
yeah,
because Revelations is
yeah.
a metaphor type of um, chapter. So like
Are you
we
sure?
don't. Yeah, that's what it is. It's not
Yeah.
like straight to the point. It's like a bunch of the stuff is in metaphor, so you don't like completely understand what they're saying. It's like super
Yeah, I
confusing.
understand that people say that like it could be something totally different because we just don't understand it. Like
Yeah.
we're just humans. We're not meant to understand everything.
Plus the person that wrote that book, I forgot I think it might have been John, but like whatever, it doesn't matter. The person that wrote it, it was his perception of what he saw, and the way he described everything could have like he has never experienced that, so he didn't know how to describe it, so he
Yeah,
used like his own terms. So it's
yeah,
super complicated, and
it is.
he wasn't able to like describe it in super
It's
descriptive terms,
yeah,
I guess.
it's like asking someone from 1,000 years ago what a phone is. You show someone a
Yeah,
phone and ask them what is it. Like they're not gonna be able to call it out for you.
yeah. Because
Um,
he said something about how like there was fire breathing dragons and everything, and there's theologians that say that the thing he saw was guns. Like, cause he doesn't know what it is. He could say like, "Oh, a gun is a fire breathing like dragon," or like a plane that's shooting like
or
things.
what's it called? A spaceship.
Yeah, spaceship. Like he doesn't know what that is, so
Mm.
that's how he described it. But huge tangent we just went on. Anyways, yeah, I'd say with the medical technologies. So what else? Let's talk about self-driving cars. That's
Self-driving
definitely a big
cars.
part of it. AI in the
It's a
future. We're
massive
already
part of
starting to
it.
dip our toes in the self-driving world. A little bit of controversy right now. I'm pretty sure like that people are trying to dismantle Elon Musk's plan or whatever. Like they're like trying to get rid of the self-driving cars and sue him, right?
Are they?
I've seen like articles and stuff like that. I don't know if you
I
knew anything.
I
It
don't
might
know
not
anything about
might not be that big of
that.
a thing then yet. But what do you think about self-driving cars? Would you rather have
Um,
been driving yourself to pick up the cousins today, or just sat there and
I think that it's like a plus and a minus. I don't. Of course, I love cars. I love to
hmm
drive, and like, at some point, right? When I watch F1, right? Me
yeah.
thinking that a computer would be driving it instead of a person, like why would I watch this?
I feel like that's definitely not gonna happen. Like that's gonna be the skill of it. A lot of people won't be able to drive, so it'll be more entertaining. Because like the best of the best driving, and most people don't know how to drive, so they're gonna want to watch that in a way.
No, but that's not what I mean. I mean like if computers drive instead, like why would I watch it, right? And since I like cars, I'm like I wanna drive. I have
Right.
like I love to drive, especially if it's a nice car. If it's a faster, like a nice car.
It's like
You
that
want to
feeling.
drive.
It's like you're in control and
Yeah,
you're like controlling
exactly.
this like crazy beast pretty much if it's like
Yeah,
a
it's
super fast
freedom.
car.
That's basically
Yeah.
what freedom feels like. But yeah, so I don't want to let it go, but also on like these times that I want to like drive to like 3 hours, I just don't want to,
Yeah.
sit on the gas and like for boring stuff like that. I want to be able to, lay back or do something else or focus on work, let's say, focus on business, anything. You can
Yeah.
focus on anything you want and like it would just drive for you, which is cool. But
The problem with that is if we go AI with driving, everything's gonna have to be full AI. Like you won't have the opportunity to say like, "Oh, today I feel like driving," because if everyone else is like having self-driving cars, then you're gonna cause like a disruption in the whole entire like what is it called system, and you can cause accidents and stuff. So I feel like it's gonna have to be everything being AI. You know?
maybe, but AIs, maybe they're going to be built like that. But right now, AIs are built off of other information. So act, they assess information that comes in from the outside
Yeah.
and they act according to. So let's say if somebody tries to crash into a different car, the Tesla
Well,
will
like
stop
stop.
or it'll like move a jerk out of the way.
Uh
And
huh.
so right now it's built for other drivers around them, like people that are driving around them. But in the future, who knows if all the cars are going to be Teslas or self-driving car?
Mm-hmm.
They might be built around like a specific road, but still, I don't see that happening
Well, the
because
the
they're
reason
still
why
outside.
they would have the self-driving cars is because when you have a whole entire system of those cars, like traffic can move way quicker, you'll have less accidents, and it'll just be everything will be like pretty much safer and more efficient with like self-driving cars.
I understand, but AI thinks on the spot, so it could do
Yeah.
that without having to, all cars be AIs.
Yeah. That makes
And
sense.
it puts itself in a better position. Let's say there's 20 cars that are AIs and 5 cars that are human, right? And the AI talks to each car. It's probably gonna like every single sensor is focused on the people probably that without the self driving. So
Yeah.
every single time it moves, like this car knows that it's gonna have to move out of the way, so this car can get in the way. So if it works together, like I understand that, like they could work together, but I'm not a professional at
Right. We're
this.
just talking, dude. We're
I'm just
talking.
talking. I'm just
Talking to
talking. So
talk.
I love to talk about this kind of stuff.
Another
So
little con about this is the hacking potential again. So if they're all in their own system and everything like that, and the whole like in that case, it is the cloud, right? Like that could be hacked into. It's not.
it's it's a database of information. That's just.
it's definitely easier to hack
Huh.
into rather than like the hand that we were talking about, the arm. And I think with that, there's
Mm,
true hacking potential, and people can like screw up a whole entire system, causing like mass chaos and like crashes and everything like that.
okay, based off of my cybersecurity degree, I
Ooh.
think actually I don't have one. I'm studying it. I think that they definitely have stuff to prevent stuff like that. They have countermeasures that prevent you hacking into all the systems, and each system has its own firewalls. Each system has its own security. Each system has its own protection. So when you
So
hack
technically, they
into
won't be all connected. So you can only hack into one at a time if you actually do somehow pass the barrier.
if yeah, you pass the first barrier, you might only have access to, I don't know, the window lock, the
Yeah.
window going up and down,
Oh
and then
shoot. Okay, I see.
so
So roll down someone's window.
roll
What the
down.
heck?
Do you really want to? I mean, if that's all you want, you could probably do it, but computers are like cybersecurity is just done like is very thought out
Super.
on cars.
Yeah.
On cars especially. There are companies that hire they don't even hire. They tell the people like penetration testing people to come, and if they get into the car, they'll give them a massive reward,
Hmm.
like millions of dollars if they can hack into this car. Like
No one's ever done it.
I mean, they've probably done it before, but like Mercedes and BMW, I know they've done this. They've done these kind of tests, and like the chances that you get in is just so minuscule. It's like tiny. Like, you're not getting in the car because there's just massive source of like security put into it.
Yeah. Is that anything else
Unless
you have
they
with
get
cars?
unless they get information from like the actual company, like that created it, which I think there also should be like a countermeasure against that, where it's like it's not based off of Tesla. But Tesla creates a uh,
Because then
a
they're able to control everything.
software. Yeah, I don't think Tesla will be able to control everything. Tesla creates a software that creates a security measure, I think.
Hmm.
So who knows? But they're definitely more accessible. Let's say Tesla wants to shut down your turbocharging, you're not gonna be able to turbocharge from your car. You know, they already do that right now. You
Yeah.
can't turbocharge. They don't let your car doesn't have access to turbocharging because you didn't buy it. From them or other. I don't know the specifics, but like they can shut down your turbocharging. You know, who knows where they can stop? They can shut down your whole car if they want to.
Yeah. Because if cops are on your tail or something, they can say, "Oh, like, you
That's the
guys."
excuse. That's
Yeah.
the excuse that they could give to to put that into effect so that they can stop cars. But who knows what will they stop? Where they're
Well,
gonna
with that, you think they're able to give like tickets? Oh, I guess never mind. If self-driving cars, that's not necessarily
stop.
you're driving. So yeah, never mind. I can't even ask that question. At that point, there won't be any cops, right?
But how
Give
cars are
us.
made, they're not made to like get the person in trouble. Cars are made, you do your own thing. You want to drive fast, you drive fast. It's not based off the company.
Yeah.
We don't care. But, cops, if they find you, you're going to get in trouble. That's how it always was. But I think it's definitely like they're going to try. You think they're going to try to change that?
I don't know.
Like you drive a mile over the speed limit, boom, take it.
Mm, yeah, I don't even know how to answer that. Who knows how the world will go later
Yeah.
on. One thing I do
That's
know
so
is the
stressful.
future is the metaverse. Hopefully.
You
Because I
like
need
the
to get my
metaverse?
money back on Facebook, bro. So much in the hole in that stock.
Into meta? You put it into meta.
I put a lot into Meta. It's stupid.
Why would you
I'm
put
like,
money into meta?
bro, he was talking so much game on Joe Rogan's podcast. How could I not trust him? Mark Zuckerberg got me zucked, pretty much.
Bro, he literally just said, "Give me your money," and you said,
Yeah.
"Yes, Papa."
Yes, daddy. But he was saying I have huge plans for this company. I'm like, how could I not believe him? He has a he's not trillion yet,
He's a
but
billionaire.
multi-billion uh company, and I feel like they're the most advanced for the metaverse. So I'm like, that's definitely the future. Might as well invest into it. But now it's all going downhill.
Is
At least
it?
that project. It's definitely having some hiccups right now. I guess eventually they can work things out, but right now it's not looking too good for them. And
Do you know
stock
about?
obviously dropped.
Do you know about what's going on in that meta? Like what's going on? Why
Not
is it going down?
specifically, but I just like read that they're having some issues with it.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But obviously the metaverse is it can be. It's not like is, but it can be the thing of the future and definitely can become like a multi-trillion dollar industry because that's a thing. It's like in a way it could be like gaming. People go out of their like boring lives or something stressing them out and they're able to just like get away from that and experience a whole different new life and just kind of like get away from reality, you know?
Uh huh.
Can kind of
Yeah,
relate it to what are you gonna say?
yeah. No, it's like a dopamine hit. Imagine doing something new every single day on the internet,
Yeah.
like a massive like type of thing, something new. If it's gonna like expand, like it's just brand new stuff that just hits your brain. You're never gonna want to leave. Like new and
Oh
new stuff,
dude, it's
more to
like
achieve.
I just thought in my head of like playing Minecraft but like being in real like being in control. I feel like that'd be so fun. Like that's definitely something that can like take over the world cuz I don't know if this is like they're planning on making like currencies and everything in there and people expending like millions of dollars to like buy their own houses, buy property and stuff. So it's like can become a real world type of thing where people like actually live. But
Yeah,
like you were
like
saying,
the internet already on the internet, people like take it very seriously. Like some
yeah.
games that people take it very seriously, and like this is real life. Like why are you breaking character? It's some goofy ass games that are in the internet. Like I've seen videos on like on like YouTube or TikTok where they're like it was role play on GTA, I think, and they take it
Uh-huh.
super seriously. Their job is a police, and they take it really
Oh
seriously.
yeah, yeah, I've
Have
seen
you seen
those.
that? And
Yeah.
it's like, bro, what are you doing? Like it's just a game. Why
That's
do you
like
care so much?
low key metaverse type of stuff. It's not anything like
Yeah.
complicated, but imagine if it gets super like
Like
in
realistic.
detail and
Yeah.
realistic. Yeah, like that's going to be so much worse, I feel like, and people are
Yeah.
actually going to make that their life. But not just let's not just bash on it. Obviously, it can improve things, like make it more efficient for like work. You're able to do work meetings with people like across countries and stuff like that. Obviously, you can do Zoom, but this is gonna make it like more realistic. And
But why does that matter?
I don't know.
You need
I
more
feel like that'd be
realistic Zoom meetings.
yeah.
Like why? Like you're in a class. Okay, you join a class online if you want
Uh
to
huh.
stay home. Maybe if okay, maybe this would have been big if there was like a pandemic. I guess, but there's like no reason now because people don't really want to sit at home all day.
Well, with the metaverse, that can't change.
Yeah.
You know.
You've seen Ready Player One, right? It
Yeah.
was a really good
Long
movie.
time ago, but that's obviously what the metaverse can become, like
Yeah, yeah.
something like that. And I feel like that's was that movie portraying that as being bad or was something good?
Yeah, no, it was portraying being bad. Oh, well, at the end they sort of like cut it down. They put like break days and they like they like a break. I think it was like a Tuesday or something. They took like a break that everybody has to take a break because but it was still people's jobs. A lot of people's jobs were on there. That's how they made money. That's how like
Yeah,
so they were. It's kind of like a medium. They say like there's good possibility, but there's also danger to it.
I honestly think that's super unhealthy. Like
Of
I feel
course,
like honestly there's probably like no benefits to having that other than just like breaking
entertainment.
away from the world, like a zone out time. But even that, there's better ways to zone out from the world than playing games or like doing like something like that.
Metaverse, yeah.
Yeah.
Metaverse.
Because you're saying the dopamine thing, like once you experience extreme things like that, you won't want to come back to the real world because that world's going to be more exciting, and like you'll try to chase like things that will release your dopamine even more, and that like you won't get that in the real world, so you'll never want to go back, you know? So
Yeah.
that's not going to be healthy with that. And even I don't know, have you seen the movie Wall-E?
Yeah, of
It's like
course.
the Pixar movie. That's kind of the same thing. It's like where robots take over everything, and the people just pretty much benefit from that. Like they live on their own world, and pretty much just they're all fat slobs and just I guess enjoy their lives in a way. But that can also happen where people are just super unhealthy and only focus on their lives in that metaverse rather than like their physical being. So that's
The
obviously
thing
unhealthy
is
as well.
about Wally, it kind of doesn't make sense a little bit. Like
What's a Pixar movie? It's obviously not like a good example, but
I know, but even with Ready Player One, when they were portraying it, right? So unhealthy. If there's an AI and there's a metaverse, like health will be easy to obtain. Like there's no reason for you to be unhealthy because, um, let's say neurochip, right, in your head, it could tell your
make your
body
heart.
to metabolism, or will up your metabolism, or will up your maintenance calories
Well, what
just
about like
just how much you
muscle
eat.
atrophy, not moving around? You can't tell your body not to do that. You have to physically move. Like you're still
I'm
gonna have to
not
do physical
sure.
activities.
But your body could tell you, like, it'll tell your brain that you need to burn more calories, in a sort of, like, I don't know how it's gonna do it, but some people have faster metabolism. Why? Not because they
Yeah.
move more, but just because that's how they're made. It's your brain tells you that it needs to burn more calories, and it will burn more calories. You know, and it would just
I
be
guess.
basics, right? It'll grow the basics of what you need: protein, all the whatever electrolytes, water. It'll just give you the basics.
Well, because like you're gonna have like tubes connected to you to give you all the nutrition. You won't even need to eat. You know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they had that in Player One, right?
Yeah, so I don't see a reason why you're in Ready Player One. I actually don't think so.
Maybe it
It
was
wasn't.
something else I saw that.
So there isn't reason why you should be unhealthy if it's all controlled by an AI.
And even to the like to the defense of where I said like you need the movement. Obviously you do need movement, but in those games you're able to somehow like still move around, you know? And like the real world, like there's gonna have to like be like a room like that
Well,
where
it
you'll have to move.
depends actually if it's done through the Neuralink
Oh
chip.
shoot, yeah, that's true.
If it's done through the Neuralink chip,
Then you
there's
just have
no
to lay
reason
there.
to move. You just think and you're
It's
doing
like
it already.
Avatar at that point where you just
Yeah,
lay in the bed and
yeah,
yeah.
it's crazy.
I the future of the world. I don't know if we'll experience that, but honestly, I wouldn't mind it because I'll be already old, so I don't need to move around.
But by then the AI will figure out how to keep you young.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it? Gonna
Who
happen
knows?
at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What do you think about the usage of AI in the government? Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? Because obviously they're going to take advantage of that, and they if they don't already have it, they're going to be the first ones to have it. Like people aren't going to have
who?
it first. It's the government.
What do you mean by people? Oh, I don't know. I
Because the
actually don't
government
really see
always
that.
has the best technology. They get everything first.
No,
That's how. Yeah, it kind of is. Because we're
I don't
controlled,
say
dude.
so. Yeah, but like the technology, like it's not like a fail safe type of thing. Like it's not a right now. It's not a foolproof type of thing.
Yeah.
Right? The AI is not a foolproof, so not anytime soon. But
That we know of. You never know, Alec.
possibility. But I
Government
think
has alien technology.
probably. Probably like the
But yeah,
show. What is it? What was the show?
dominance.
Stargate.
So what about Stargate?
Aliens. Aliens. Right?
Oh,
There's aliens in the alien technology. Nobody knows about it.
oh yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I don't know how it would like. I guess it would. But what kind of
There's
rules?
obviously
Like,
benefits and like bad things that can come with that. Like the government will be able to make sure, I guess, everyone's safe. Like the schools are gonna be more safer, and then are able to like track criminals. I guess with AI, maybe I don't know, or like detect irregularities in the world and prevent like danger before it actually happens. You think that's possible somehow?
yeah, but yeah, it is. But the thing is, by the time like it gets like implemented, I think there will be other technology as well
Yeah.
that will help it. So like, let's say I don't even know what like a satellite that could see everything. I don't know, see through homes or whatever.
I feel like that'd be so dumb because then like if the government can see things before it happens, like you'll get in trouble for just like random stuff you do, like maybe like I don't know, like things that are illegal, but like they're like we think of them as just frowned upon, and like you're gonna get caught right away. It's like stupid. Like maybe downloading streams or stuff like that you're not allowed to,
Yeah,
uTorrent and stuff like that, and the government will be like way easier to crack down on that. Like right now they're improving like crazy, but I don't know. Like I feel like that's gonna suck because they're gonna definitely
yeah.
start cracking down on those things way more
It
often.
just there's just no there's gonna be no freedom.
No freedom, yeah.
It's not good, I guess. I mean, hopefully, like
You'll
the
be
last
safe, but you'll have less freedom. I guess life will be a little easier, but you'll be controlled all the
never
time.
never sacrifice safety for freedom.
Yeah.
No, I'd rather keep myself safe but be free.
With what? A gun?
Of course.
You think they'll take away your guns? Let me answer
I
that for
don't
you. They will.
know. They won't take mine. Come
They
and
won't
get it.
take my gun.
You,
Get out of here. This is my gun. My country. Is that what you're going to tell them?
no.
They'll send their robots in there and take them away. So, Alex, say goodbye to everything.
Come and get it, huh? Come and get it.
Come and get it. Mr. Tough Guy.
I'm kidding. I'm not gonna fight back. I'm not
Yeah, I
fighting
thought
back. I will never
it's
fight
not even
back.
worth it at that
It's
point.
not. It's not.
Yeah.
You just move to a different country.
The shoot, but with AI, you're gonna be able to like replace all the low maintenance jobs, like all the fast food stuff, maybe even healthcare, and like there's also dangerous jobs like you can send AI or like robots to do like cleanup. Like when Chernobyl blew, there was like a bunch of people that got radiation sickness and like a lot of people died. But
Hmm.
with like the cleanup, but they can send like robots to do like natural disaster cleanup and keep like people safe, but have like robots do like the dirty jobs. So like that's definitely gonna be beneficial for the world. I actually saw this video where there was this like some type of smart guy. Who knows? I think he was an engineer, but he said that um, in the future that every low maintenance job will be controlled by robots and all humans will become like engineers and like tech workers and everything like that, and they will develop software for these like robots, and they'll be just creating more stuff, and that's how like the world will advance. Like people will only be engineers creating stuff for tech, and then everything else will be run by those tech that they're creating, you know. And
Yeah,
that's
I
how
understand.
like I thought like I never thought about it that way, and it was like super interesting. I'm like that definitely would make sense. Like everyone would be just creating rather than doing like the I guess like because with fast food work you're not doing anything crazy. You're just flipping burgers. It's nothing to like challenges your mind. It's just like aimless type
It,
of work.
there's nothing that can be different on the food is
Yeah,
like
it's the same thing over
static.
and over again.
It's a static type of thing.
Uh,
So like there's no variation that needs to be done. So it's like all can be done by computer. Why even waste human power on it, right?
yeah, yeah, that's what he was saying, and saying that's how like everyone can be rich and live a good life if that happens.
But the thing is, there's just too many people. Like there's just too much people. There's not enough resources.
Well,
There's too much people.
and also like people aren't like engineering is a difficult thing, and people not will not necessarily like some people won't be smart enough,
But
to
the thing
even
is,
do
if
that.
you, I guess, but if you have a neural link, like with
Oh,
robots and everything,
I
like
guess
there's
yeah,
no, you don't need any information. Basically, what do you
yeah.
need? Like,
And I think later in that video, he even said like eventually things will be able to run itself, and people will like what they'll do is become creators and they'll entertain other people. Like that's what their job will be. Like they won't have to have real jobs. They'll just be a bunch of YouTubers and like actors and stuff like that. So that's gonna be like the jobs of the future. But
hmm
it was like I don't know, it just made me think
that's just something to
differently.
think about. Yeah, something to
Yeah.
think about. It's like a different view on it. But yeah,
So is that it for today?
I think
Dude, that was actually pretty good.
we text out this AI topic for sure.
Yeah. I feel like that's like something we're just really interested in, so we're able to
Yeah.
talk a lot. But
Yeah.
sign it off, Adik.
See you guys later.
Bro, whoa. Don't
I was
forget to
gonna- I was
like
gonna
and
finish it.
subscribe. Thanks for watching. And
Thank
then
you guys
yeah,
for
now you can
watching.
say it.
See you guys at the next episode. Be
Peace.
here next week.